y'all can see them. All right. The people say that they can see us. All right. We have a little over 300 right now in the room. All right.
Okay.
Everybody, let me introduce to y'all somebody. And he's going to introduce himself. We're going to talk about his story a little bit. This ain't an interview or anything like that. This is my man's. He was very, very knowledgeable. And, you know, we're going to be talking about high blood pressure because he has his own story with it. And I'm sure many of you have the same shit. If you're not having high blood pressure, your mama's having, your uncles, your aunties, your tias, you know, who don't want to give up the carnitas and the oxtails and whatever else, you know. Um, it's holistic, my Jay Allen. All right.
What up? What up? What up? What up?
Yeah, please introduce yourself so the people that don't know you, if you don't know Jay Allen, I want him to introduce himself and have his little story ready for y'all because he's dealt with high blood pressure and loads of other things. So, you know, who are you? You know, what are you
Okay.
gonna?
So what up, people? My name is Jay Allen. I am the owner of the brand Gangsta Holistic, where we pretty much, we consult people on high blood pressure. That's, the specialty. I try to kind of involve myself with the things that I went through as far as my different experiences and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I do. That's pretty much what I am. Um, you want me to dive into the story now? Or you want to?
I do want to dive into your story a little bit because, you know, to be honest with you, I think everybody in society in modern American society has had high blood pressure at one point or the other.
That's a fact.
The people who get it diagnosed are usually the people that just did not take care of anything and they ignored all the signs and all that. We're gonna speak about the signs and all that during this live, but
Right.
um, like I've
You
had,
know, you know, the funny thing is sometimes high blood pressure can be a thing to where there are no signs. You feel perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know that you have that high blood pressure. But sooner or later it will catch up to you in different ways. Okay.
dealing with it right now, hypertension. Look, you're not the only one. You're
Mm-hmm.
not recommend. We haven't talked about combating high blood pressure. We will. So like you're good. But you know, I want you to tell your story to the people because when you told me your story, it sounded like mine, but yours was a lot deeper into the whole.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Yeah,
um,
no problem. No problem. So my story, I'm gonna start off when I was a child. So I'm actually an identical twin. I have an identical twin brother. Okay. When I was born, when we were born, he was 6 pounds. I was 2 pounds. Right. So I was a very small child. I would cry a lot. I would cry so much that my mother would take me back and forth to the doctor. But at the age, and they said I was perfectly fine. But at the age of 4 years old, I went to go see another doctor, and basically he let my mother know that I actually had a heart condition. So I've had heart surgery before. When I was 4 years old, it was a situation called coarctation of the aorta. Okay. And so I had heart surgery at 4 years old. But after that, I went on to live a normal life. I'm from Southern California. Everybody from the city I pretty much know from playing basketball, football. So it's just like I lived a normal life. I didn't suffer because of that. After the surgery, I was perfectly fine, so to speak. Right. So then, after years and years and years, now one thing that I did that I definitely regret, and I advise anybody that's doing this right now, you need to try to shift to a different way, and that's working nights. I worked nights for almost 20 years, right? And the body is not designed to be up at night, right? Then on top of the body not being designed to be up at night, you're trying to get rest in the daytime, which can be difficult at times. Me, I was the person who it was just hard for me to go to sleep in the daytime, so I didn't really get a lot of rest, right? So anyway, about the age of 39, basically what happened was I was working at a hospital at that time. And I was noticing that I would literally take about 10 steps and I would be totally out of breath. And what I mean by that, I would be breathing like, I was like totally out of breath. And this proceeded, it just kept happening. Another thing that happened was when I would try to go to sleep at night and lay on my back, I could not sleep. I couldn't really breathe. You know what I'm saying? So what that did is it forced me to sleep in a chair. And I'll never forget that first night. As far as the heavy breathing and the being exhausted, that went on for like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I just tried to ignore it or whatever. So, and I'm giving myself all kind of different excuses, trying to diagnose myself. Well, maybe it's because of this, just not even knowing. So, anyway, that night I went to sleep. I got up, got in a chair, slept in a chair. When I woke up in the morning, so my normal weight was probably about 220 at that time. When I woke up in the morning, I had water all over my organs. So what I mean by that is, I don't know if you guys have heard of like edema, you know what I'm saying? So my feet were big, legs, arms. I weighed about 260 when I went in. That's almost 40 pounds of water. That's a lot of water, you know what I'm saying? But when I woke up that morning, I knew that I had to go to the doctor. As much as I hated going to the doctor, because I was in the doctor so much as a child, I hated going to the doctor. Now, when I went to the doctor, but let me say this. So this is how fixated on the taste that I was. You know what I'm saying? We talk about salt and sugar. Those two things are drugs. So the more that you have them, the more that you're probably gonna want them. Okay. So I remember, and that's the thing. My eating habits were I was a bachelor. My eating habits was terrible. I ate out all the time. Whether you go into a fast food place or whether you even sitting down at a restaurant, the reality of it is that you're not seasoning the food, right? So you don't know what it has in it. So I'm just eating. My whole thing back then was getting up Saturday morning, going to Compton. I'm getting some chili cheese fries, okay, and I might get some pastrami on top of them joints, okay. So that was my thing. So I started having a lot of chest pains too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like heavy chest pains, right? There were sharp pains. Sometimes it felt like an elephant was standing on my chest to where it's like everything stops. I gotta, but I'm trying to, massage it out like I'm tough, like. Anyway, on my way to the emergency room, I had to go to the emergency room. But again, this is how fixated on the food and the taste buds that I was. I told myself, I was like, I know something is going on with me. I was like, but you know what? Before I go to the emergency room, I'm about to enjoy one last meal. You know what I'm saying? And I rolled through some little fast food spot. I got me something to eat. And it's like, I'm saying that to let you guys know that the state of mind that I was in. You understand what I'm saying? Before we could change the physical, we have to change the mental. And think about that mentality. I knew something was seriously wrong with me, but I said, F it, and I want to go eat this one last time. Just if I'm gonna go out, hey, at least I got the taste.
Related to that, put in the comments if you've that. If you know somebody who's done that, or if you yourself did it, that somebody said it's real.
Yeah, it is. No, seriously, it is a very real addiction. So anyway, I went into the hospital, checked myself in. A lady takes my blood pressure. She's like, wow, like, we need to get you back there, like, right now. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I knew it was coming. So I go back there and, they ran so many different tests on me. And I'll never forget these words. So the doctor came in the room, it was a woman. And she said, Mr. Greer, your heart is failing you. I will never forget those words. And it's so funny because in the room at that time was the woman that I was dating at that time, and my father was there. When she said that, the room went totally silent. They were just like, you could just tell the somberness, the somber mood just became of them. You know what I'm saying? So, but the funny thing about it was when she said that, Joseph, something came over me that said, you're going to beat this. Jay, you're gonna get through this. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I told everybody. I said, listen, if y'all gonna be sad and stuff, like y'all gotta go. I said, tell everybody, don't come up here. I don't want nobody coming up here crying. Like, I'm trying to keep good spirits. Like, I'm gonna beat this, right? So after staying in the hospital for a couple weeks, this is what I was diagnosed with. I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure, chronic kidney disease, stage 2, and a possible sarcoidosis of the lungs. This is the disease that Bernie Mac died from, right? So with my heart, my ejection fraction on my heart was 25%. Now, a normal ejection fraction is from about 50 to 75%. No one's is higher than that in a normal person. So I was at 25%. So my heart was slowly dying. Okay. And so I got out the hospital. I had they started me off on like 7 different meds. I did the research on all of them, and 4 of them I just like, I'm not taking these. You know what I'm saying? The other ones was I was taking my heart medication at the time. I was taking also some medication for my kidneys, and then I started with the like the diuretics, so like the high blood pressure meds, whatever. Now, after I got out the hospital, I went to go see a holistic doctor, Dr. Gary, and he said, Jay, this medication right here, which was it was called atorvastatin. Okay, anything that's a statin is going to help the heart, but it's going to kill your liver. Okay, so, and it's like a lot of this stuff designed like that. So he said, I would suggest you stop taking this today. So I did. Put it down, didn't take it. So I was on a kidney medication. Then I was on, which was called benazepril. And then I was actually on the high blood pressure medication. I think I want to say carvedilol. But anyway, on the medications for a while. And I was watching the guy named Kareem the Herbalist, 4 Cycles of Life. And he had a video on black seed oil. He was saying how it can heal your kidneys and this, and that. And I'm just like, wow, really? I'm like, dang, I had already knew about the herbs and stuff like that, but I never heard of black seed oil. And I'm like, damn, okay. So I'm like, I'm gonna try it. So I started my regimen with taking black seed oil. I was taking cayenne pepper, okay, for blood pressure. And I was taking hawthorn berry to strengthen my heart, along with liquid CoQ10. Okay. And so I kept this regimen. I kept a strict routine. And this is what I tell people. The more severe your situation, the more aggressively you may have to combat it. Okay. So my situation was very severe. So I'm not concentrating on no baby doses. I'm trying to hit this thing hard. You know what I'm saying? So I was on my regimen, and I kept on it. And in 3 months, BS you not, in 3 months, I went back to the doctor. I had stopped taking the medication. So I was weaning myself off of the medication as I was taking my herbs. If I took the medication and herbs, I gave it a 30-minute window. And then what I would do is, if I'm taking the medication every day, then it was every other day. Then it was every 2 days. Then it was every 3 days, until I kind of, you understand what I'm saying? And so after doing my regimen for 3 months, I went back to the doctor. My kidney specialist said, Jay, you had healthy kidneys of like a 30-year-old man. He was like, you've been taking that medication, huh? I'm like, yeah, I stopped, like, yeah, still taking that medication, My heart doctor said, yo, your ejection fraction doubled. So you had a 50% with the ejection fraction. So the strength of my heart had got a lot stronger. And so pretty much, that's pretty much my story, And then the last thing I'm going to say is, what a lot of these things that we take, that we are given, some of us don't do any research on them. You know what I'm saying? Some of us don't do any research on them. And like I said, high blood pressure medication, fellas, those have some side effects that you do not want. That's a fact. Okay. What'd you say?
It affects manhood or what?
Yes, definitely. That's the thing. It's like I talk to a lot of men about health, and a lot of cats really don't want to open up, but I'm so transparent with my story to where it allows them to open up. You understand what I'm saying? So any man out there, I don't care who you are, if you're taking high blood pressure medication, you've been on it for 3-4 months or more, you're starting to experience issues in the bedroom. That is a fact. Okay.
Ooh-wee. Can't go around it. You can't go around it. And it's the trust that we give. It's the trust that we give that they're not gonna give me something that's gonna ruin me. They're not gonna give me something that's gonna. They only want the best for me, right? And the thing is, sure, if your doctor wants the best for you, but if what he's giving you is just not aligned with the body, it's still gonna damage you. And if this is his only perspective of how to go about things, like you had enough will to do it on your own and like really trust in your body and trust in the herbs, that was powerful. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't have that. We've been taught to just trust too blindly, just
Right.
because of a badge or a coat or a piece of paper on the wall, So
Mhm.
that's very
But
powerful. I'm
but
glad
but you
you
know
used
what? The more that you understand about how the body works and how it's a
Mm,
system that is it's designed to heal itself. Period. Okay.
yeah,
But it's designed to do that when you allow it the room to do that. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
A lot
And
of
somebody,
time when we talk about herbs and stuff like that, it's not actually the herbs that heal you, but it's more so the consistency in taking them and sticking to the regimen, you know?
facts, factual. That's why I tell people the lifestyle is the cure. The herbs are just assistants, guys.
Mm.
The herbs are just the ones that maybe boost up an organ a little bit, clean out the organ a little bit, soothe the organ a little bit. But that lifestyle, what you're feeding that organ on a constant basis, whether that be through your eyes, your ears, your mouth, or your
Yes.
nose,
Yes.
that's the thing that heals you. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
The subconscious mind is so it's so powerful. You understand what I'm saying? And when you start to look at health holistically as a 360, you'll understand that you got listen, we on TikTok, social media, Instagram, Facebook, we see all of these people, they got these muscle bound bodies, they may look healthy, but a lot of people are sick. You can look physically tip top and be mentally sick because it's a full thing and we got to make sure it's balanced.
Mm, I love that. I love that. It's a holistic. That's why it's gangsta holistic. You know
That's
what I
real.
mean?
That's right.
The
That's right.
whole, you have to look at the whole view of it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Let's talk about. Oh, somebody said, "Where is the doctor that helped him?"
So the doctor that helped me or the doctor that saw me? He's on the holistic doctor.
I'm sure the doctor that I'm sure
Oh,
they're
the
talking about.
holistic doctor. Yeah, the holistic doctor was in. I want to say what is the name of that city? It's
Like Inglewood or
I
something.
want to
I
say
know
no.
a
I
lot of
want to
them over
say
there.
I want to say Huntington Park. His
Okay.
name is Doctor
Ooh,
Gary.
you went to. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You went to a curandero or what? You went to
What does that mean?
what was he was he Latino or what? What was he? Was he
No, he was a white guy. He was
okay?
a white guy.
Oh,
But
really? Okay,
yeah,
I'm
but
happy to
his
hear
but
that
his but
actually.
his shop or his office was in like a little a little plaza. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, hold
Yeah,
on.
that's what it
You went
was.
my
Yeah,
people's. Okay, it's like Dr. Sabi's story. He went to the
right.
Mexican man.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah. Straight up. He was very knowledgeable.
I
You know,
mean?
he was very very knowledgeable. Straight up.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about the root causes to high blood pressure, and not even just the food, but like the entire, holistic view on it, what we're getting through our eyes and our ears and all that. So I
Yes,
want
yes, yes.
because um, You know, a lot of people go through life thinking things are normal, but in reality, that's a stressful situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you live in LA, you got stress. There's no way around it. Like, period.
And yeah, definitely.
A New York City, these big cities.
Stress will definitely do it to you. Whether you're talking about your job, your kids, your relationship, whatever it is, what you're watching on YouTube, what you're
Yeah.
listening to. You know, you listening to trap music all day. You know what I'm saying?
Woo.
It is that, you're doing. And it's funny because when we're young, we don't really think about these things a lot of times. I know I didn't. And as I've grown, you can just see, and these things work. You know what I mean? These things work. When we talk about the subconscious mind, I don't want to touch too much on like writing down goals and affirmation stuff like that, but all of that stuff really does work. So when you say stress, stress has a lot to do with it. Okay, and like I said, that could be defined in many different ways. And also, you have, of course, what you consume. What you consume definitely can lead to high blood pressure, but it's not just, the salt, which most people think it is. A
Yeah.
lot of times it's processed foods. A lot of times it's the meats and stuff like that. Um,
But
yeah. And the thing about it, it's like when we talk about processed food, we're speaking about anything in a box, a bag, or a can. And it's like these misleading uh, words on these labels. You understand what I'm saying?
thought I
No,
get you.
no, no sugar added. Uh, you know, even organic. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
Oh, yeah.
you really got to watch this stuff, and like I said, it's processed, so it's not. And a lot of this stuff is not even food. A lot of it's not even food. If you turn something around and you got all of these words that you can't pronounce, it's like, what are you actually eating? You understand what I'm saying?
Nice, yeah, bro. The ingredient lists be longer than they hands. You know, and they get too bored to finish it, but they still buy it anyways. It's craziness. It's craziness. So, you know, I talk about the meats a lot. You know, and the
Mm-hmm.
meats going after the kidneys, the liver and the kidneys, and you know, we have to look at the kidneys. The kidneys are the kidneys and the adrenal glands. I talk about this probably every live. The
Right.
adrenal, the kidney gland, the adrenal glands and the kidneys of this
Mm-hmm.
modern population is so destroyed from
Right.
everyday living. It's not. People have no fucking idea. I mean,
Mm.
from the caffeine destroys your adrenal glands. Meats destroys, inflames the hell out of your liver. Okay, and that's why when he laid on his back, he couldn't sleep. He was about to
Right.
die
Right.
because you're putting pressure and you're laying on your kidneys and your adrenal glands. Like
Mm.
his kidney, he talked about heart failure and things like that. But if the doctor was really smart, he would have zoomed out and looked at why is the heart failing in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
What keeps it up? What keeps it awake?
Right.
Right? You zoom out, you look. Oh, the adrenal glands and the autonomic nervous system is responsible for this heart beating. Boom, you have an adrenal gland problem. Boom, you automatically have a kidney problem. You know what I mean? So the meats, the processed foods. Oh Lord,
Yeah.
oh all
Yeah.
these the colors, all these all this white sugar. Oh Lord, have
And
mercy.
then you know what? On top of that,
Dairy
add in that most of us are not getting the minerals that we need.
at
You
all.
understand what I'm saying? Through the diet. You know what I mean? So once again, that's why it's like health is simple, but we complicate it by the things that we consume, and then you throwing all of this stuff off. So another thing with high blood pressure is usually people who have high blood pressure have a lack of potassium in their system. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, especially people of color, we lack a lot of iron as well. You understand what I'm saying? Another thing too, you talked about the liver is the fatty liver. That's definitely a thing that could cause high blood pressure. And to combat that, of course, we have milk thistle is very, very good to cleanse the liver. Mm.
Thistle seed is the very first ingredient in my love of liver formula. For that reason,
There you go.
ability to rebuild that liver back up. It's
Mm.
cool. The seeds, a lot of, if you look around herbs, the seeds are known for giving life to things. Like nettle seed is known to give life to an atrophied kidney.
Mm-hmm.
Seed is not give life to a liver. The seeds, the ones that are responsible for life, gives life in the body. So I think that's a really cool thing that if you look at herbs, but
Yeah.
you know, the kidneys, bro, the kidney and the adrenal glands. Let me talk about this real quick. You say
Okay.
that people of color they lack, or black people they lack, or really we all
Iron.
they lack iron and they lack potassium. Well, potassium is regulated kidney adrenal glands. Iron, you need certain hormones or steroids from the adrenal glands in order to use your iron.
Mm-hmm.
Like it all goes back to that kidney adrenals, and it all started when they brought us here. They fucked everything up, and not just Africans here, but the native people that were here. They went completely opposite of what they were supposed to be having. Fucked
Mm-hmm.
up glands with all the yams and the starches they gave us to keep us in the fields all day. The trauma destroyed our adrenal glands. The trauma
Mm-hmm.
destroyed our adrenal glands
Mm-hmm.
from the jump, right? And the fear destroyed our kidneys because the fear links up with kidneys.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when people have kidney problems in their sleep, they'll get edema or they'll have that heavy sweating because those it's making up for that kidneys. It's usually heavy sweating from what? A nightmare, something fearful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it all goes back to the very beginning when they started feeding us these opposite diets and they started traumatizing us with their oppression and their slavery and all other types of shit, genocide. So now to fix that, we go back to what we knew all along. We go back to the herbs. We go back to what you say, the cayenne pepper,
Yes.
hawthorn flower,
Yes.
potent,
Yeah.
potent. Those two are in my heart, my happy heart formula.
Yeah. Definitely, man. The hawthorn berry, like I said, the black seed oil, the cayenne pepper, and then the CoQ10. I like to take it in liquid form, but those things really help me to get back to um, just to get my health back on track, pretty much. You
Yeah,
know,
I love that, bro. You saved your life, man.
and
You
then
saved.
it had to be like one thing is like you got to do it for yourself first and foremost, But then when you do it for yourself, I always say this: it's like there's other people in your life that's depending on your growth. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like they deserve the best you. You feel me?
That's powerful because it's not about you at the end of the day. It's not about you at the end of the day. It's about your connection and this bigger game we play with each other, with Mama Earth, with the universe.
Yeah,
You know, so do for stuff and you'll do for others. Do for self and you'll do for sure. Man, this is powerful, bro. There's a lot. The comments are going off
I see.
a little bit. Ooh, that's deep. Yep. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Acid reflux and stomach pains. We talking about blood pressure. We talking about heart failure. We talking about everything that comes with having that high blood pressure. You
Yeah,
talk
and you know
about
what?
too.
The high blood pressure is pretty much the precursor to everything falling apart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like that blood pressure get high, like you said, it mess up your kidneys, mess up your heart. It's just the precursor to everything. And it's like most people, a lot of people have high blood pressure, especially people of color. You get in there, I don't know, y'all shaking that lorries, you feel me? You know what I mean? What my Latin people, what they shaking on there? Adobo, what they doing?
Oh, oh bullshit. Oh my lord. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we really got to be mindful of that stuff. Somebody said Morton's, yeah, the Morton salt.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's pretty. And the thing about it is like I didn't really understand or how food really tastes. You know what I'm saying? My palate was so salty. I remember when I first got out of the hospital, I'm eating stuff. I I remember specifically going to the gym. I got out of my car. I was in Linwood. going to the gym. I get out the car, and some Mexican restaurant, just the aroma is just like, and I'm just like, damn, I want to go over there and get some of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to go over there and get some of that. But I didn't. You know, I went to the grocery store, bought me some vegetables. You know, I got at the time I was dealing with Mrs. Dash, which really don't taste like nothing. And just the same shameless plug, we do have the no salt seasonings on my link.
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah.
but anyway, yeah. So eating,
important.
eating the vegetables and stuff like that, I will feel like, damn, this really don't taste like nothing. You know what I mean? So like eating at first was a kind of like a struggle. I didn't. It's nothing that I really enjoyed, But after cutting out salt so much out of my diet, now I can eat and sugar. Now I can eat some fruit. And I'm just like, man, it's good. It's it got the right amount of sugar in there. I remember about 6 months ago, I was at somebody's house. At my buddy's house, some get together, and I'm like, man, you got something to drink? So he had the little Minute Maid juices. Now I ain't drunk none of that in a long time, and that used to be something I would drink. And you better not touch it if it's in the refrigerator. You better not touch it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, so I poured me a half a glass. I drink it. I'm like, I mean, it tastes like I was just drinking like high fructose corn syrup. That's what it tastes like. It was so sugary, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, wow, couldn't really even fathom it. So it's like sometimes you got to retrain your palate, and then you can actually see what food tastes like. You know what I'm saying? Without all this salt and all this stuff that's harming you in there.
Facts. Somebody's saying, a couple people are saying like, oh, you need salt. Like, there's opposing viewpoints on salt, and I just want to make this clear. It is excess salt.
That's what we're talking about.
And it is salt, like fucking white people salt, like European salt.
So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about excessive salt. It's okay to have sodium, especially when you got the potassium and you got it unbalanced. But yes, we do need sodium. We're talking about excessive salt. So the daily recommended intake of sodium is about 1,500 milligrams. I'm sorry, 2,300 milligrams a day, right? If you have some type of sodium, high blood pressure issues, they say 1,500. I would say even lower than that if you already got issues. I would say 500. You know what I'm saying? But you got to realize when we talking about these things, it's like if you go sit down and eat a meal, right? Even pretty much if you probably made it yourself, that one meal, you probably already hit the daily recommended intake or you passed it. You know what I'm saying? Eating out at a restaurant, you passed it. Now, if you're a person you eating 3 meals a day, you damn sure passed it. You didn't triple it. Okay, and so we're talking about excess salt.
Yeah, 100%. And guys, I was in the grocery store today, and I saw this. I think we were in the spices section, and there was a packet that said gumbo base. And I looked at the sodium just because I had the high blood pressure thing coming on. Let me look at the sodium. That thing was over 800 milligrams of sodium per one serving.
Yeah. And how many servings did it have in it?
3.
See? That's what I'm talking about.
Yo, nobody in their right mind needs that much. But we just are not aware of it. So we're here to bring you the awareness. We're not here to judge you. We're here to educate you, empower you, and really educate you about this, because not a lot of people even decide to look, hey, how much sodium did I have today? I wonder how much sodium they used in the back to make this super flavorful at the restaurant. So yeah, that's what we're speaking about, family. We're not. Yeah, it's not all salt.
Another thing I want to say too is that a lot of our people of color, especially the younger generation, like we eat these noodles, these packaged noodles, these top ramens, these Marishans, like super salty, like way over the limit. You understand what I'm saying? Way over the limit.
Use a quarter of the packet at a time. So thank God I listened to that. My mom would never use the whole packet, only a quarter, because it's too much salt. My mom would actually even say that so I always kept that in mind. But most people just pack it. I know some people that used to save up some and put 2 packets in it. Like, oh my Lord.
Somebody
So,
said soy sauce is very high in sodium. That's the thing too.
woo,
So real quick, when we talk about
basically,
high blood pressure and somebody trying to maybe transition, like say if you're a meat eater, you're trying to transition into eating less meat and then eventually going vegetarian, vegan. Understand that if high blood pressure is your issue, then you really still need to watch what you're eating, because a lot of these vegan and vegetarian processed foods are loaded with sodium. Okay, so it's a different. If you already have high blood pressure, it's some extra you got to look out for. Is what I'm trying to say. You understand what I'm saying?
and even before that, if you want to take a preventative approach, because that's what we're about too, during the whole
Yes.
a preventative approach. It's now if you don't have high blood pressure, but you know that your uncles or your mama or your pops, somebody got it. That means you're gonna get it if you follow their same diet.
Right.
So if you don't have it right now, but now you have this education, you have this information, now it's time to start paying attention to prevent that from even happening so you don't have to deal with it.
That's real.
You got to, man, you got to. Man, do y'all have any questions? Y'all have any questions? We're not going for too long.
Somebody said, "How can I lower my ejection fraction?" You don't want to lower it; you want to increase it.
Got to break the cycle. Yes, yes, yes. That's why we don't do salt at all. You really don't need that much salt. I mean, it's cool if you want to flavor something sometimes and whatever, but like the human body does not really need that much salt. You
Yeah,
know?
I don't usually season my food with salt at all.
Yeah, you will be fine if you're not putting in salt in your meals every single day. You will be perfectly fine. It is 80%. That is too high.
80%. Oh, that's the ejection. Well, the ejection fraction goes to 70%. That's the highest it can be at 70%.
Mm. Salt is only needed for the thyroid. But yeah, but yeah, no, I wouldn't say that really. What are your thoughts on moringa for high blood pressure? Just, what's your thoughts on moringa for high blood pressure?
Moringa for high blood pressure.
So,
Um, I don't really know. Moringa. When I hear moringa, I more so think of for like the skin and stuff like that.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like it as a nutritive herb. It's like a multivitamin. That's
But this is the thing when we talk about herbs, man. Like when people ask like questions like that, like you know, I know it more so to deal more so with skin.
uh-huh.
Now, the thing about herbs is they cover a plethora of different things. That's just like if we say, well, hey, what does black seed oil kick? Can it help with eczema? Yeah, and it could probably do 30 other things too. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's just like a lot of these different herbs, they deal with a lot of different issues. Now they may deal with one more than the other, but for the most part, they do have a lot of different healing
Properties. I
healing
feel
to them. Yeah, properties. Yeah.
because if you guys go and look at my products, I want to say um, three of them have the same herb in it, and the Adrenal formula has the same herb as the Be Mindful formula. They both have ginseng in it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the Happy Lung is also the same, has the same one as the Happy or the Be Mindful. They both have the Shishandra berry in it, so that works on the nerves of not
Mm-hmm.
the lungs, but it also works on the nerves up here. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, and not only that, but different herbalists use herbs for different things. Okay, so just
Right.
like how that I use it for the skin, I like using it for a multivitamin, perfect for kids, perfect for nursing mothers, things like that. Somebody else can use it for fucking cancer. Somebody else can use it for
Right.
diabetes. You know what I mean? So like my grandpa in law, he uses it for diabetes or his blood sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, his blood sugar.
Okay.
It's like
Somebody said the same thing they use for blood sugar.
yeah, everybody uses. herbs in different ways because there's just so many benefits to every single herb. They're versatile. They're very smart. They have a conscience, guys. You have to understand these herbs have a conscience. Okay, so it's not just raising the frequency, how we talk about fruits, raising your frequency with fruits, but also through herbs, because herbs are a higher frequency as well. They have a higher consciousness as well. They're a lot smarter. They're a lot more conscious than you and I. So they go in and they know what to consciously do. That's why I like hawthorn berries, leaves, flowers, because they're a very smart herb when it comes to the heart. They'll slow it down if it's too fast, up if it's too low. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So they
I
really,
love hawthorn berry, man.
oh, beautiful herb.
I
Beautiful.
take it every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to, I'll try it. I'll try every day for a month. I'll go through my happy heart formula. See
Oh
how
yeah, yeah. I take hawthorn berry every single day faithfully.
I love that. I love that. Who else uses it, guys? Who else uses it? Yes, yes, yes. Barefoot Earth Goddess. Yes, yes, yes. Stinging, burning pain, and glutes. We'll get to that
It
on the
sounds
other.
like
other
squats. No, I don't know what that is.
Flaxseed
I
oil
don't
good
know.
for high blood pressure. Yes, yes. Well, I'm gonna let him answer, but is black seed oil good for high blood pressure? What you think?
Heck yeah, definitely. I have on the site we have a digital book called Black Seed 101, and basically tells you the 101 benefits of black seed oil. Like black seed oil is it's a powerful herb. It's a very, very powerful herb, and it takes care of so many different things: digestion, hair, skin, and nails, heart health,
Yeesh.
blood pressure, blood sugar, anything going on with the kidneys, like boost the overall immunity. Like black seed oil is a powerful herb. Okay, and before I get off, before we close, whatever, I want to kind of express something about black seed oil because it's
Go
all
ahead.
not the same.
Take it. Take it. Take the wheel.
Okay, okay. So really quick, we have the Gangsta Holistic Black Seed Experience. Now, what I just told you guys is like all black seed oil is not the same. Okay, when we dealing with black seed oil, you want to look for the TQ level. Okay, most brands don't list the TQ level, or the TQ level may be a bit low. Okay, the TQ level on the Gangsta Holistic Black Seed Experience is 3.6. We've done comparisons on our site for pretty much all the major top brands, whether we're talking about Heritage, Pharmacy for Life, Maju brand, Amazing Herbs. Our TQ level is higher than all of that. Okay, once again, Thymoquinone is the healing agent in black seed oil. That's the part that rushes immunity to every part of your body that actually needs it. Okay, so you want that to be high. Okay, so that's what I want to express about the black seed oil.
A lot of people sell black seed oil. A lot of people.
A lot of people, yeah. But you got to make sure you're getting a quality. Listen, you got to make sure you're getting a quality product. And let me tell you this: against the holistic here, okay. When you look at the ingredients in our black seed oil, it reads this. It says black cumin seed, Nigella sativa, plus a ton of love and good intention. Okay. So we say a blessing over all of our products, and that's important. Okay. This is not a machine putting together. You actually get our energy, you know what I'm saying, through our hands. And we do this ourselves. I can't hear you.
I made a video on my story the other day talking about I play frequencies whenever I make the formulas
Yes.
because it's all it's all a vibration, it's all a energy, it's all energy at the end of the day. So when I'm making the formulas, and I personally make the formulas, I really would do the same exact thing. I'm like holding my hands out and I'm speaking the intention inside of it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that's why our stuff is so potent.
Very important.
And that is why he got the best black seed in the business. The best black seed in the business. Man, I'm surprised you said pharmacy for life. I'm like, man.
So pharmacy for life, they don't list the TQ level on their product, but I actually emailed them and they sent it back. They said it was a 2 to a 2.5.
And you got the what, 3.6?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah. So definitely know that it works. I mean, we got a few other products over here I'm gonna talk about, but for the most part, yeah, the black seed oil is one of a kind.
Wow. That's potent, bro. That's potent stuff. Anybody have any more questions? We are about to hop off very soon. Anybody got any more questions for this man? We're talking high blood pressure. Talk about your heart. Don't talk about no MS, cancer, lupus, whatever. Let's save that for another.
They asked about one of your products. They said, "What's Queen's Formula?"
Queen's Formula, that is targeting the pituitary gland of the woman and targeting the reproductive system of the woman. It's there to help ease any menstrual cramps, so ease the muscles, ease the nerves in it. It's also supposed to slow up any heavy bleeding that you may have and then regulate, of course, the pituitary, which will regulate your hormones so you don't have excess of this and that. And yeah, that is the Queen's Formula. Yes, and it will help eliminate those fibroids, but plant-based. I've heard Egyptian musk is good for that. Fire. And black seed oil is something that they've been using since the days of Kemet, and probably before that. You know, so we have to understand that when you talk about the Egyptian. I'm glad you brought that up, but black seed oil is as old as time as we know it, history as we know it.
That's real.
To be honest with you. Yeah, bro.
I believe it was in King Tut's tomb. Black seed oil.
Woo. That's powerful.
Yes, it is.
That's powerful. Man, and this live will go up on YouTube, just to let you guys know. So if you came in late, some of you guys coming in late, that's cool. It will go up on YouTube. All right, guys, we're about to hop off real soon. Any last?
Somebody asked how much black seed. I know how much cornberry should they take a day. Well, once again, the more severe your situation, the more aggressively you may have to combat it. With my situation, I like to take all my herbs in a liquid form, which is they call a tincture. I like to take 2 dropperfuls. So I was taking 2 dropperfuls, but I was doing that morning, noon, and night. So actually 6 dropperfuls.
Ooh, my goodness.
2 and 2. And that's how I did pretty much everything that I was taking. You know, aggressively doing it, because my situation was a bit severe.
That's true. Yeah. Love me some tinctures. Yes, tinctures are powerful. Tinctures are great if you are in a severe situation, an acute situation like that. The teas are more so a consistent, more midterm thing. Like my anxiety support formula, if anybody's ever experienced that, you take it once and your anxiety instantly calms. For teas, usually takes about a week, 2 weeks, maybe some 3 weeks, and some longer to really feel their effects. They're a lot slower, but I like the ritual of a tea. You can also have a nice taste with it. You can also, there's different things you can do with it. But the teas versus, because I know people are asking me for the teas versus the tinctures. It kind of all is based on how convenient you want something and how severe your situation is.
Yeah.
No. You have a tincture for your lymph formula. I have a tincture for my lymph formula, yes. It's called Move Your Lymph, if that's what you're asking. How long does it take for the Queen's formula to work? Some woman, she started it 3 days before her period and it was less. Some women, a week. Some women 4 days. So it all depends on how it really reacts to your body, but anywhere from 3 to 7 days is safe to say. Let's see. Anxiety is almost gone after my tincture. Life-changing. That anxiety's, bro, my anxiety support formula is no joke. Hey, y'all go grab this black seed oil, man.
Grab it.
Y'all go grab that black seed oil. I'm telling you guys. Especially if you have mucus, you have things in the sinus, You wake up with a lot of mucus, you're always getting colds and flus and shit. Grab that black seed oil. It'll get you right.
Definitely.
Man, any last words you wanna say? Yeah, what is the link to your website? Good question.
The link to my website is, if you go to my TikTok page, the link is right there. Also, real quick, let me show you. We got the Get Low tea. This is for lowering blood pressure. It contains hawthorn berry, angelica, hibiscus, elderberry, and yarrow. Okay. Not
it tastes good.
Blood pressure. It's good for providing your body with minerals. Okay. It's good for blood sugar, digestive system, and it tastes good. All right. And then, last but not least, we talked about the effects of the cats out there that's on that high blood pressure medication. We got the remedy. You see, the ED is capitalized. This is
sir.
even if you don't have issues, if you want an extra kick, you take this, and we can't keep it on the shelf. Like, it's a beast. Okay, it's all natural, no chemicals, and it's mixed with alkaline. Okay, and it works. That's the bottom line. Okay, if the results don't come, what you doing it for? So that's
but I'm happy. I'm happy you shared that one. That's important, especially for the men out there. That's important. It'll get you back on. It'll get you back good. So his website is it gangstaholistic.com or what are we looking at?
Gangstaholistic.com.
Okay, gangstaholistic.com for his website. My website for the Queen's Formula is lifetheplantway.com. So his is Gangsta Holistic, his name. Mine is Life the Plant Way, my name. Very, very simple one. All right, guys. We're going to hop off. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it, brother.
Of course, of course. Y'all say bye to the man. Y'all say bye to the man.
Peace.